Quarantine party, quarantine and chill. You know
Gonna
what I'm
be
saying?
sanitized up.
You got the quarantine and
How
chill.
you gonna be? How old are you gonna be?
29, man. Big 29. You know what I'm saying? Almost 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So when you come back after your party, you know, we're gonna have a little in-studio party for you.
There you go.
Oh.
Can't put it on Facebook though.
No, we cannot put it on
Nah,
Facebook.
it can't be on
Wait till my
Facebook.
birthday.
I just
Look.
got out of Facebook prison.
Nah, I ain't going to
30
Facebook
days.
jail no more. Because if I go to Facebook jail, I've been there for a year.
Yeah.
So I ain't going back, okay? Not going there.
We got me like that for 30 days.
Yeah, I'm not going.
So there's so much stuff going on. I know the big morning shows all around the world, they are pretty much not taking in studio guests or anything like that. There's so much stuff going on around the world. I don't know what to believe anymore when it comes to this whole quarantine thing.
Yes.
And the coronavirus.
Yep.
You know.
Corona.
The Rono.
Yeah.
Corona.
The Rono.
And you know, black people got a name for everything.
Facts, I swear to God.
You know, I think what the whole big scare is that they mention it as something that came from overseas, and they feel like they're not so secure as they might have thought they was, and it's come to.
But you and I know, you've been in the military.
Yes, sir.
Around the world, they already back to normal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And we the only thing that's here in our administration.
And not only that, but most information that we get by media is stuff that might have been already before. They just been trying to hide it.
Exactly.
So look, I thought that they came from China, right? That's so like I would just want to know since everything else getting shut down.
China's
allegedly.
back to normal. China's back to normal.
Nah, man, they should have shut Chinatown down because everything got to get shut down. They definitely should have been right past
So,
everything.
there's a big thing going on, and we don't know how much of it is true, but I know that they're talking about shutting down for at least 4 to 8 weeks.
Wow.
I saw it to July to August.
Yeah, they said
To
that
August.
that's how long the threat would be.
Yeah,
For the shutdown.
to quarantine and get anyone that may be potentially contagious.
Is it-
and
Stay home.
Is it true San Francisco's on a mandatory type of
Yeah.
lockdown?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Wow.
New York got like 48 hours before they decide if they gonna go.
They definitely
This
do.
is not funny at all.
It
I'm
sound
not
like a
bringing this up
purge.
to be funny, but in Newark, New Jersey, in my
Yes.
hometown,
Yes.
there was a young lady who was 19 years old that went into the hospital. She tested positive. She ran out. She didn't give them the correct information. They're trying to find her.
Wow.
So she's, out there, and she
So
has
she on the loose.
Yeah, she's on the loose.
Wow.
How did they let her run out of the hospital?
Exactly.
So if you see a Corona in New Jersey,
Like, we don't know-
run.
we don't know if they got.
I just thought that was really crazy.
Yeah.
We gotta put her in the shade. We put her in the
And
shade.
how would
Thanks
they
for our
know?
next shade corner segment. Because tomorrow,
Right.
write this down, G. Like we put her in the shade.
I ain't
because she
even
wrote.
paying over there, but that's great.
So I really don't get that.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
there's so much stuff going on. We're back to normal in terms of working and radio. So some of our live programming is back on all this week right now.
Yep.
But if anything changed, you may not hear us for a period of time. You may just hear music.
That's right.
So we're gonna let you know ahead of time if most likely we should be able to get to work.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Usually they let the media get to work.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
All right. So tonight
Oh, I'm sorry. I was so into that discussion.
we're talking about.
Yes, I actually stumbled across somebody's post and somebody said it's safer for one night stands opposed to relationships. They said I'd rather get involved with one night stands instead of trying to invest in a relationship, lose the relationship, get my heart broke. One night stand, leave money on the dresser, and I'm out.
No.
He must have had some bad relationships.
So they're trying to Corona and leave. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to Corona
And
and
that's
leave.
interesting. Sex during this time period, it seems like that would put a strain. Like you
It's
most
kind of
definitely.
scary, like when you got a partner, even though you got a partner, but she works somewhere, you work somewhere,
Yeah.
and then we both come home. It's like it's hard for us
Hurry
to
up.
get into sex.
Especially
I'm like,
since the
you
kids
wash
out of
your
school.
hands?
Right.
Like the kids out of school now too. So it's like y'all got to lock the room door
But
double
I
time.
think that the kids, like the fact that we both gotta go to work,
Yeah.
and then we just hoping nobody around us got it. And if
Yeah.
I got it, she gonna get it. And
Mhm.
the kids gonna get it. Like
It's so crazy right now.
Contagious.
So I want to give a shout out to some of what Governor Pritzker said here in Illinois. They're trying to address the orange man and his administration. They're not providing certain things
Yeah.
that states need and the supply
That's right.
and demand for the vaccine
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's right.
So we need to address stuff like that, and I'm glad that he's pretty much man enough to step up and say that.
Yes.
So, not many other governors actually, step into the president saying that.
I mean, and then when it's all said and done, people make mistakes all the time. So, like, if the president decided to come back and be like, you know what, my apologies for not getting ahead of this, but moving forward.
Oh, he won't do it.
He won't do it.
Yeah,
He gonna Twitter finger before he do anything. So like,
some people are saying maybe his wall idea might have been like a preemptive warning. Like he might have, because the president gets stuff on his desk that we're not privy to. So some people are saying that maybe his idea was the wall was kind of like a way to get around trying to get a defense against the thing. Because think about it, if we would have had that wall up, so many things that might have been prevented from people coming in. Now,
But
it was bogus.
This has been around for years. Yeah, this is not nothing new. This is the animal equivalent of a flu. Now
it's on the lifestyle bottle.
Yeah.
It's on the lifestyle bottle. Like how they predict that.
It's on the Simpsons.
It's been there for years.
That's right.
And it's weird, all the conspiracy theorists. They said the Sylvia Brown thing. They talked about it on the Get Down Morning Show about Sylvia Brown. They talked about it on the news today about Sylvia Brown and her theory about this contagious thing being a big threat.
Yep.
And then also just disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Trump said in one of his addressings to the public. He said that come the hot weather, you'll see it's just going to disappear and vanish in the air. Yeah, that's what he said. That was
And this is an airborne thing.
Yeah.
They was talking about it on the news. I was watching media is crazy because I work for a couple radio stations, so the radio stations trying to figure out what to publish and what not to publish. So we got to go through content like crazy.
Yep.
And they find incredible sources like CNN and all these different things. You got to go through so many different things and all these different television doctors. I would say they don't actually have the best thing. Somebody said that using an air purifier, will actually clean up the room and get rid of the germs in the room.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
So now the air purifier sales are going to be going up.
It'll help you breathe better, most definitely. But I know that for sure. They said that viruses don't like 80-degree weather or above. So like,
it won't like my house. It's 83 degrees in my house.
Yeah, exactly.
I just got to say one thing on this coronavirus stuff, and then I don't want to talk about it no more because it's so funny how everybody trying to protect themselves now, but still don't wear condoms when they having sex. So you protect yourself for the corona, but you ain't protecting yourself from. What I'm saying? Like that's kind of crazy, man. Like I see a lot of African Americans with masks on now, and they sitting up here looking like a Black Ranger, Black Power Ranger. Like it's more time. Like come on now, like stop it.
And not even be stereotypical, but like in Asia, like they used to wear masks all the time. That was just their everyday thing. So like, if it wasn't protective enough for that region.
How we don't know? It just happened like before, and they just all of a sudden, we have the viruses.
It's also like, what is that mask protecting though? Because even like when you come for the doctor and they give you a mask, like you still get the coldness in your muscle. It's like
that said nothing. Your saliva from you spitting on anyone.
Exactly. From you coughing on people, like get out of here.
So you basically spitting your own saliva to yourself.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's it.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So Pornhub has this quarantine stuff going on.
That's right.
Yeah, I see that.
They got a whole category on Pornhub.
They do.
It's crazy. I'll be doing research.
What is it? What is it? I want to know.
People hooking up in the quarantine?
Quarantine.
Wow.
Love.
Oh, that's finna go crazy. The
Quarantine and chill.
coronavirus
Look.
sex. I was like,
Look, Netflix, and then they putting all the good shows back on Netflix too.
Yeah, you can binge
Quarantine
watch.
and chill.
and
I think
Disney.
television studios are prepared for this.
Yeah.
We're not prepared for it, but television studios.
I'm prepared. Because I got the Lord on my side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I got.
The Lord on your side.
That
Want to
faith.
do it.
Ain't nothing like
You know what I'm
having
saying? I
faith.
just got to know. Corona who?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Ebola, all that stuff.
Devil get beneath me.
And I tell the people, I walked to Starbucks, they took all the chairs and everything out of Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like different for me.
Yeah.
Because I go there like every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into Starbucks, I got more order and everything. And they were just saying, we don't know how long it's going to be. And then they may close us down.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to be out of work for a few days. And then,
Totally closed?
totally closed
Totally
down.
closed, G.
So a lot of the department stores and stuff is closed down in a lot of major cities. New York is like doing something really
Man.
crazy. I got a homeboy coming in from Jersey. They stopped public transportation, but they didn't stop Greyhound. So you can tell how it's really like a
That's
bogus
the craziest
situation.
thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how you didn't stop like Greyhound, Amtrak?
Right, G.
Yeah.
But
From point A to point B and within your own town.
Well, they cutting hours at my job. You know what I'm
they?
saying? Yeah, they
Oh,
is.
wow.
they're doing
We just got email today.
Yeah.
And they cutting hours.
They cutting down jobs today. Everybody's jobs today.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything
Luckily, we
closed
get
down.
paid to be on the radio because I don't
That's
really
right.
gotta, you
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
Forget that job. Now, don't forget it.
Blessings.
Don't forget the job. Hey,
Bless
but right now,
we all need our
hey,
I swear.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna say, look, when y'all
I got
start back
shit
giving
to do.
hours, I'm gonna say I got corona. Just so y'all cannot give me no hours. Just
Wow.
so, no, just live. Yeah, but they cutting hours though. Like it is like really affecting us that way, but health wise, it's not like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff been going on since like last year, like November, December. Nobody really like took it
They
serious.
said it's a movie about it
February,
called Contagion.
Like come on now, like.
So many different conspiracy theorists are coming out with their
The
own
Simpsons.
ideas about what the situation is too. So they're getting a little forum. Some of the stuff they say actually is interesting. But then you have to. I hope the public is listening. Some of that stuff you have to realize, like, hey, you know, they might go a little far sometimes.
Yeah.
With a lot of things, there's some truth mixed in. You know.
Like,
Yeah, I just know when you shut down Greyhound, Amtrak, the flights,
Yes.
then it's something real serious.
For me, it was the NBA because they're greedy.
But
Those
look,
type of
I'm
industries.
telling you right now, this is like they want the economy to go down to come right back up.
Yeah.
And look, to piggyback off that, look, check this out, right? So before we found out the first NBA player that had it, right? We was like, oh, everybody was joking, like, oh, ain't no black person get it. They heard our cry, and so they just like, boom, we finna infect the first black person. Boom, what's his name? Donovan Mitchell, you got to get it, and now KD got it.
Yeah.
It's like, come on now,
They
like,
going for the riches,
they heard our cry. It was like, oh, black people don't got it. Okay, boom, we finna shoot this in Edge Tower. You know what I'm saying?
And the big thing, we're scared to be more personable. Some people are scared to hug people now.
Yeah.
Like the human touch. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't really stopped. I haven't really stopped doing that.
Yeah.
You know, touching people's hands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like a flu.
Yeah.
And if you get it, you got to be treated for it.
Your kids come out of school, you got to Lysol them down before you give them a hug.
Yeah.
Been doing that.
Wait.
Right. I had it right there to go.
But see, the thing, not the good thing, but the thing with Idris Elba is that, like, if he just tested positive for it, he was just in the video with his wife.
Man, yeah.
Right.
You
She
know,
should
so
have
if it's like that transferable, then it's like
It's the same thing with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks,
and
his,
his
yes.
wife, yeah.
You know,
How come
they pretty much out of it now, and they
got
can't
that-
travel. They got to stay in Australia right now.
You got that
That's what I'm saying.
bread.
That's what it is.
you gotta
You
have
know,
money.
that's
to
what
do
it is
this.
at the end of the day. So it's not HIV. It's not AIDS. That's the number one killer.
Right.
Flu's the second killer.
Right.
And now we got this, man-made.
Corona. They was drinking Corona one night. Just in McConnell.
Hey, they tried to mess up the Aries season though. Like they knew that we was gonna come wreck the town and like end the real ourselves. So they're just like, we gonna beat y'all to it.
As
And
well.
chitty chitty bang bang, y'all gonna go down tonight. But we not,
Bang, bang,
because we still celebrate the
Bang, bang.
So I want to shout out to Zodo Radio. They can be heard on the Broadcast Hip Hop Network. Was it?
Every Monday,
Every Monday through Wednesday, 7 to 8.
p.m.
Well,
Thursday,
Shout out to
Friday.
Zodo Radio.
Listen.
You can follow them on the Broadcast Hip Hop Network app and
Yeah.
also on our YouTube page.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah,
Yep.
we gon'
Let's get down to the freaky stuff.
Pornhub and chill.
Sex Talk Radio.
Yeah, so Sex Talk and Slow Jams. This show is heard right now on 31 stations. We love you guys for listening and we appreciate you. We also on our iHeart Radio Network Pride app.
Yes.
Shout out to the Pride Radio app.
Shout out to this. Was Sandy.
That's
and
right.
Bob.
That's right.
Dope.
That's all. Just being out the closet, they give you a station.
That's right.
That's a come up.
So what Brad do for you?
Won't he do it?
So I just wanted to mention that. Also, shout out to our Love Talk family. They are on 35 stations.
Yes.
Including the one that you and Hollywood Sandy looked out for us
Yes.
with.
Yes.
Yeah, so shout out to Love Talk and Slow Jams.
Right.
When I'm not here,
PJ the One and DJ Dino, man, we here to hold you down.
and that's Fridays and Saturdays, same time but more stations.
Yes.
All right, so tonight we want to talk about.
Yes, I came across this post and this guy wants to know, like he said, I'm gonna just do one night.